part of some of my other good friends from the great city of Philadelphia who are here, charter schools. I'd like to read a quote to you that I think is so appropriate for this particular time. In 1997, January, the President of the United States said this quote, "This is my plan, a call to action for American education. Some may say that it is unusual for a president to pay this kind of attention to education. We must understand the significance of this endeavor. One of the greatest sources of our strength throughout the Cold War was a bipartisan foreign policy. Because our future was at stake, politics stopped at the water edge. Now I ask you, and I ask all of the nation's governors, I ask parents, teachers, and citizens all across America for a new nonpartisan commitment to education. Because education is a critical national security issue for our future. And politics must stop at the schoolhouse door." That was said by the President of the United States in his State of the Union address in 1997, that the President made that statement. I read that statement on the heels of the Democratic and the Republican convention that just took place in the last 3 weeks. That if we are to move forward, we are to recognize that this is not about Democrats or Republicans. This is not about conservatives, moderates, or liberals. This is about children. And if this is really about children, the fact of the matter is that Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, whatever you may be, the fact is that there's a crisis in America. The same way there was a crisis during the Korean War, the same way there was a crisis during World War I and World War II, and this nation decided that we were going to set our differences aside and move forward. Well, we have a crisis in America. The fact is, and it's still very clear, that this is not about partisanship. We need to begin to empower people and empower parents to be a part of this alliance. I say to you that I am a part of this effort with Dr. Fuller, as well as everyone else, that we need to get legislators all across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to understand that this is all our responsibility. Dr. Fuller, I'd like to close with this statement because it was rather interesting. In Pennsylvania a couple of weeks ago, Alan Greenspan spoke before a group of governors, chairman of the Federal Reserve, and said to the group of governors that if we are to move America forward, we have to do something about our primary and our secondary education system. And that when are we going to begin to wake up and recognize that this is all our responsibility? Thank you.